like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with having goals and having material wealth. I just think that like our overemphasis, our obsession with it consumes our ability to just experience life.
Why would someone leave Miami for Colombia only to end up in Bali? Today I'm sitting down with Shay, a young black woman who's lived in all three. She opens up about why she left the US, what she found in Colombia, why she moved on to Bali, and the truth about what life is really like as a black expat abroad. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it.
What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I am here with Shay. She is from Miami, currently residing in Bali. And I'm about to ask her a few questions, so I appreciate you guys joining me. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into this video. All right, so my first question to you is, what originally made you leave Miami?
I think like the biggest thing was just I wanted to try something new. Like I've lived in several cities in the States, and yeah, I don't know. Like I wanted to travel. I felt very stagnant, like the same type of repetitive cycle of things to do, same places to see, same restaurants, same boats, same, you know, after a while it just became like just very comfortable. And repetitive. Okay. And so I just have always wanted to live out of the country, and I was like, you know, I just want to try it. I love Miami. I can always come back, you know, but I just want to see. And if it's better, then it's a great decision. If not, then I'll just come back, and I already know what it is, basically.
So when you left, was that your first time leaving the country, or had you already had a little experience like traveling a bit?
I mean, I had traveled like not far though, like South America, Caribbean type of thing.
Okay.
I had never been to Asia. Okay. I did go and like try to live in Colombia first. Okay. So I actually moved to Cartagena for like 2 months, and it wasn't the place for me. It's a beautiful place, but it just wasn't like home for me. Okay. And so I went back to Miami for about 6 months, and when I moved to Colombia, it was like I narrowed it down to like either Bali or Colombia, and I was like, okay, Colombia is like a lot closer, and I've already been there. Like, let me just try, you know, to see if it's somewhere where I would live like longer term. And yeah, when I got there, I was just like, yeah, no, this isn't for me. It's been a great experience, but it's better to visit and not to live. Okay. It's kind of how I felt about Colombia. So then I got back and I was like, all right, Bali next. You're gonna see. I wanted to give it 90 days, and I think by like 60, I was like, yeah, I'm not leaving. So yeah, here I am a year later in Bali still.
A year in, okay.
Yeah.
So what time? Because I left like last year around late March, April. You left around the same time, or?
No, so July.
July, okay.
Yeah, I actually just celebrated my 1-year Baliversary.
Okay, cool.
Had a nice dinner with my community that I've built out here, so yeah.
That's dope. So what were your expectations before moving to Bali, and did that match the reality, or what?
I feel like my expectation was just that it was gonna be like this very peaceful, like healing place. I think there are parts of Bali that are like that. But when I got here, I think it was so much better. Like, I feel like I could have whatever vibe I really want. Like, I'm not much of a partier, but if I wanted that like party scene type of, you know, vibe, I could be here in Canggu. If I wanted to be like on the healing tip, like, you know, I don't know, meditate with some Thai monks, because I have done that, you know, Ubud. If I want to be like super beachy, clear water, Uluwatu, you know. And so, and even if I want to be like more in nature, I've been out to the mountains on both sides of the island, and it's super peaceful. So I feel like I can just like go on whatever adventure my heart desires. And I don't think I expected that, because I didn't really know the areas before I came. Like, I just had heard a few things, and I was just like, let's just roll with it and see. But yeah, after testing a few areas out, I was just like, yeah, I can have whatever I want here. Like, it got everything on the island, for an island vibe, obviously, not like city, but.
And have you spent the most time here in Canggu?
Yeah, I have.
This city is dope, I will say. This city is definitely dope. And it's cool. You could just like take a little short trip wherever you want to go. You know what I mean? It's a cool central location.
That's exactly why I live here. I like being in the middle.
How would you compare your experience living in South America to living in Asia, specifically Bali?
No shade to South America, but it's just a lot more dangerous. Especially as like a solo female traveler, like, you know, I feel like I'm always kind of looking over my shoulder, stepping on eggshells. Like, I kind of got to the point where I feel like they were kind of clocking my day-to-day. Like, you know, once I got my gym that I went to and like the food places that I liked, like I would start seeing the same people and I just started feeling a little paranoid. Like, you're seeing what I'm doing every day. I can't deny that I'm here by myself because you see me by myself every day. And it just didn't feel the safest. Also, I feel like there were like certain things that just aren't standard, that are standard here. Like as far as what you get for what you pay. It's a little more expensive than Bali, which still was way less than the US, but for what you get in Bali, like, it's almost like not comparable. Like I have like a cleaner that's included in my rent that cleans every single day, except 1 day a week. So 6 days a week, and that just is included in my rent. I don't pay utilities. That's also included in my rent. Like Wi-Fi included in my rent. You know, I have a laundry service that picks up my laundry, drops it back off to me. I pay less than like $6-7 a week for them to do that. The food is maybe a little better in Colombia. I'm not gonna lie. Like South America got some fire food, but I think those were the main things. Like I just felt a lot safer here. Like I've never felt more safe. Maybe walking to like the M-Mart, which is like 7-Eleven here, like at 3 a.m. than being in Bali, like ever, anywhere in the world. Like it's just, I'm not going to say it's the safest place in the world, but it's definitely like way safer in Asia, I think, and by far.
Places, like, and because that's something I've been considering too, because I'm like, okay, I want to travel to South America, but you know, one of the reasons I left the States is because of the safety. Right. I feel so comfortable, like being able to walk around at night, not worry about anything, no guns, nothing like that. I really, really appreciate that. And so I feel like I would have to give that up to go to South America. But then again, I don't know because I haven't been, but that's something I keep in mind.
I mean, you know, I would just say like some of the things that I heard when I first got there were a little concerning. Like I never personally experienced any immediate danger, but it was just like the things that I observed. It was a lot of like targeting of American black men specifically. And then like I said, I just feel like they can tell like if you're not Colombian. Like even though a lot of them look just like us, like they could just tell, and they kind of see like dollar signs. Like if you're American, like they'll have people that'll come up to you and like do these like staged performances, and then after they're like, "Where's my money? I performed for you." And it's like I don't see, like I don't see anything wrong with like giving. You know what I mean? Like. But it's like almost the forced like finesse type of energy that they have, and they're like, oh, you don't want this? Okay, well, do you want this? Okay, like you almost have to like be aggressive with them and be like, look, no, I don't want anything. And like you get used to it after a while, but it's also very hard to get used to. And then there's just like a lot of nefarious things going on as well, so you constantly just have to be like kind of street smart and just making sure you're seeing like what's going on around you. I speak enough Spanish, but I don't speak fluent Spanish, and they speak really fast. So like, if you're not a fluent Spanish speaker, that's a whole nother thing that you have to get past, because a lot of them don't speak English at all. And so, you know, doing any type of business transactions, you just have to be careful. And like I said, no shade to Colombia, but it's just like things that I've experienced and I've heard. Like I've been to a restaurant before that I would consider a pretty nice restaurant, like, you know, I wouldn't say high end, but like a rooftop, you know, just like a nice, decent restaurant. And like they double charged me for my food, but they didn't tell me that they double charged me, of course. They just put like the scanner thing, you know, where you can tap, they just try to hurry up and put it in my face. Opposite of where I could see what the total was on the screen. But I had learned, like, no, I need to see the total. Even if I'm going to pay it, it doesn't matter. Like, show me the total before I tap my card. And so I saw it, and I was like, this is not, like, the right price for
Yeah.
this. And then I looked and I was like, why am I being charged twice for this? And they
Yeah.
were like, oh, so sorry. And so it's like, even with that wasn't like a hole in the wall.
Yeah,
This was like a
yeah. A
legitimate
nice restaurant,
restaurant.
like,
And I, there's just things like that where like every single place I go, everything I do, I constantly have to be like double checking, triple checking,
Yeah.
like, making sure is anybody looking around, seeing what moves I'm making. Like if I am taking some money out, let me make sure that like no one sees me putting it away before I walk away. And like, I just didn't want to live like that. It wasn't comfortable for me.
I feel like the most you have to worry about here is like the Grab drivers every 5 seconds asking you,
Yeah,
do you
bike,
need a
bike,
ride?
bike, bike.
That's about it though.
Yeah.
What do you think are the biggest misconceptions that people have about life in Bali and in Canggu?
Well, Canggu specifically, I think everyone just says like, oh, you're just here to party.
Yeah.
But I think there's so much more like going on in Canggu. Like for the island itself, as a tourist, I feel like Canggu is like kind of the city.
Yeah.
Like this is where all of the restaurants are. This is where like all of the gyms are. Like everything is just kind of clustered into one like short, 4 or 5 street area.
Yeah.
So like anything that I want to do, I mean, I could do it in other parts of the island as well. But I noticed like when I went to stay in Ubud, I had to like, there was probably like a 10 or 20 minute lag in between each place I'm going. Like here, I like being able to have the option that if I want to walk, I can walk.
Yeah.
If I want to hop on my bike and drive, I can drive. If I want to call a Grab because I don't feel like driving, I can do that as well. It was too hot today, I could call a car, and, being centrally located where it's like, okay, I can go, 40 minutes south, go to Uluwatu, be at the beach. I can go 40 minutes north, visit my friends in Ubud, go to an event, co-work, cafe, stay there for the day or whatever. And so I think that would be the biggest misconception. It's like Canggu is just party.
Yeah.
And there are parties here, but like that's not everything,
Yeah.
There are other good things about Canggu, I believe. So
Having lived in multiple countries, what do you think about Bali makes it stand out and makes you want to live like long term?
I think the peace that I feel, like it's really hard to feel uneasy here. Like there's just a level of comfortability I felt from the moment that I got here.
Yeah.
Even just being here as a solo traveler, like by myself, before I met people, before I connected with community, like I literally just felt so comfortable being here.
Yeah.
There was never a point in time where I felt like anxious or like, oh, I don't know about this or that. Like it's just made me dive into just trying new things and meeting new people and like going new places and exploring without boundaries, And I think I didn't really have that feeling in America or even in Colombia, like just that feeling of like, oh, I could just do anything here. I'm not thinking, the immediate thing is not like the threat of my safety or, oh, I'm gonna pay for this. Like, like things are just very flowy here as far as the energy. And I feel like a lot of the people that come here are they kind of get into that same flow. So it's almost like everyone you meet everywhere, like Balinese people are extremely nice. Like I love them.
Very nice.
They're some of the nicest people I've ever met. And they really look out, And so like, I think a lot of people come here and they kind of adopt that same energy. So you meet people that just have good synergies, like in general. You attract that good energy everywhere you go. Unless, of course, you're not the type of person to attract good energy. But at least for me, it's the comfort that I felt. It's the peace that I felt. Like, even going back to America, I went back for like 6 weeks in May. And I just felt uneasy the whole time. And again, there was no like immediate threat of danger, but it's just like the energy that's in the air is just not the same. Like here, I'm just so at peace. I'm so chill. Like,
and you have to like drive to the gym. You got to pay for gas. You got to do all this other stuff. Like it's so easy to live in like this area. And I understand. I personally think like after living somewhere like this, you like almost cannot go back to living in like the U.S. life.
It's tough.
It's very tough. It's completely different.
Yeah, and it's just like little things like the over-consumerism in America. Like the whole time that I was here, before I went back home, I was just like, ooh, I can't wait. I'm gonna order all this stuff on Amazon. Like I got 6 weeks. I'm gonna go to Target. I'm gonna shop. And then I realized like I was walking through Target, and I used to be one of those people that go in Target for nothing and leave out with $100 minimum worth of stuff. I literally could not find one thing to buy, and it made me realize like living here, like we just buy things.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like to feel the comfort of being in America and like having to deal with all the stress that comes with that. But yeah, like I couldn't find anything to buy.
Yeah.
And I actually couldn't really find anything to order on Amazon either. Like all this time that I had just been leading up to it, like, oh, I wish I had this or I wish I could order that. And then I just had the opportunity to, and I was just like, nah, I think I have everything I need. Like if I need something else, I'll just wait and order it when I'm back, you know? So yeah, I think, it's just...
The consumerism is like a big
huge
thing in the U.S. and people buy things, but it's so interesting because people also complain about the economy and like not making enough money, not all that type of stuff at the same time.
Spending money on everything.
On everything, things that
for no reason
don't even matter.
Yeah, like things that just take up space. Like I've actually learned to travel a lot lighter and like, I don't know, I'm just like, if I'm not using it like on a daily or at least a weekly basis, I really don't need it.
Yeah.
Like I really don't. Like I'll live without it. I might be like in that one moment that I need something, I might be like, dang, I wish I had XYZ. But like in general, on my day to day, like it doesn't matter really to me if I have certain things or don't. I wish I could think of like a good example, but yeah, there's just so many things that I feel like we just buy. I don't think people do that in other countries because I didn't even feel that in Colombia either. Like you literally just get what you need and that's pretty much it.
Speaking of like Target, this is kind of like off topic a little bit, but you have locks.
Yeah.
So is it difficult finding like skincare or hair care products or anything of that nature?
So yes, immediately yes. There is not like a whole lot of hair care products just widely available here. But I think I've just learned to cope. Like, you know, I like using like natural products. So, you know, I'll buy aloe leaf. I'll mix oils together that I can get access to. And there are like some salons here that service locks because like a big thing out here, like even people that are not black will like get the faux locks and the braid styles and stuff like that. So, you know, you always have that option, but no, there's not like some store that you could just walk in and get black hair products. Like that probably would be the number one thing as a black woman where it's like, dang, I don't have, you know, the opportunity to just go and buy this or that I need. So I actually just brought like the shampoos and stuff that I use and conditioners with me.
Yeah.
And then, I just have to do it that way.
No, it's cool though. In the Philippines, they actually have a lot of products.
Oh,
I was
dope.
surprised. Like they got black soap, like cocoa butter, like all that type of stuff. I didn't know that until I went there. I'm like, they have everything here. Like,
yeah.
I did the same thing. I like bulked up before I came. Like anything that I thought I wasn't gonna be able to find. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff in the Philippines. But.
I mean, it's not the worst thing. It's like how often, you know, am I gonna need to buy a new bottle of shampoo? Like not that often. So I just bring a couple and then I'm good for probably a year or so. And if I need more stuff in between, like I think there are other Asian countries, like I haven't been to the Philippines, but I know like in Thailand, it'd probably be a lot easier to find like black hair care products. So there's always that opportunity to just like hop on a flight. It's like $100 round trip, maybe $120, and I can just get whatever I need that I can't immediately buy here if I'm not willing to ship it to me. So
casual flex, $100 flight.
I mean, that's part of the benefits. Like, you know, you just leave. Just take a little 4-hour flight, you off, you know?
Sure. How does the cost of living here compare to Miami or South America? And what expense surprised you the most?
I would say like it's really not comparable. Like I was paying like $3,000 a month for my studio in Miami. So that was like extreme to me. Like that was almost double my parents' mortgage. So for me, I'm like, living here, I mean, I think the beautiful thing about Bali specifically is that you can pay whatever you want to pay. Like I know some people that have found like lofts here and they've literally paid like $300 a month for a loft, but they're like in Denpasar, like living amongst the locals, maybe not a whole lot of access to, you know, the immediate like tourist areas, maybe higher traffic, maybe more travel time, but that's what they want to pay, you know. Then I know some people that pay like $600-700 for just like in a 1-bedroom apartment equivalent type of thing. And then I know some people that pay like $1,000-1,200 and they have like a 2 or 3 bedroom villa,
And
you
it
know.
comes with amenities and all
Yeah,
that.
it comes with
Yeah.
amenities, cleaners. I mean, like that stuff is just like pretty standard here. Like they'll tell you, some places will tell you like, oh, you need to pay extra for electricity. But generally you can like negotiate
Yeah.
and just make sure everything is included. Like I personally am the type of person that's like, look, just raise the rent and tell me what's the total. Cause I'm not gonna do the whole separate
Call this
thing.
person, call this person.
Yeah, like that'll be something that'll make me not rent from a place. But I mean, there's so many places that really just include everything.
Okay.
So I would say the upside would be like in Bali, you can find whatever you want. I've even found villas that are like 30,000 a month, you know? So like literally whatever range you want to be in, you can have that experience here based on how you want to live. But then I would say like Colombia, I think you would need like a solid 12 to 1500 minimum to live decent there. Otherwise, you're probably going to be like in a hostel type situation or maybe just like a lower end type of place.
Yeah.
And you know, to each its own. I personally don't want to like share bathrooms and deal with that type of thing. Like I wanted to be able to at least have something as similar as possible to like my own space. So but the downside is that in Colombia, like hot water is not standard. Like it just is not a standard thing. So I actually met somebody that lived there, like an expat that moved there from America, and she was telling me that when she got her condo, granted, she paid way less than she would pay in America for a 4-bedroom condo, but she had to pay someone to install hot water heaters on all of her faucets.
Whoa.
That was actually a big thing for me as to why I was like, I can't do it. Like, that's just too much. Like, I would have to be so committed to living here to do something like that.
Hot water is a necessity.
Yeah, and then, I mean, it's not really like a standard here either to have like appliances, because they're just, what I've learned is like a lot of countries that could be considered third world, which I really don't believe in, but you know, third world countries or whatever, like appliances are a lot more expensive to import. And so it's not really standard to have like a washer dryer in your place. Definitely not in Colombia. I did have a place that had a washer, but it was just like a washer, and then they had these racks to like hang out your stuff to dry, and that was pretty standard. Like,
that's how a lot of it is here too.
And it's, you know, it's like that here. But for the amount that I pay for a laundry service, like they have a washer and dryer, I could just have them do it.
They
you know,
fold it nice and neat.
Yeah, they fold it. If you want them to iron it, they'll iron it for you. You know, like they'll do all of that. So I don't really think too much about it. Whereas in Colombia, I didn't feel the same about it. I'm like, I need to be able to wash my own laundry. And I did take some stuff to laundry services there, but it was just like a lot more to wash. Whereas like here, I don't have to pay as much. So I would say like the thing that maybe shocked me cost-wise, it's like going out to eat. Oh, it's so incredibly cheap to eat out here. And I mean, to me, it's cheaper in Thailand to eat, but it's still so cheap here to eat that like I don't have to cook. Like I literally can eat out twice a day, every day, and still pay like $300 a month. And food, So like, you know, that's probably the most shocking thing is like, dang, I really
food too. Like,
like they're cooking stuff from scratch, and I mean, depending on where you go, but I don't think that like they're in the back microwaving a whole bunch of food all the time.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
And Indonesian food is really good. Like I found the good places to go to, and like they have some good options and like really good flavorful like chili, you know, spicy type stuff. And so I would say that was like the biggest thing for me that I was just shocked about. Like I knew that the cost of living was going to be way less because just what I heard. I had friends that lived here or like had at least visited at some point. But yeah, being here and seeing the cost to eat out, I'm like, I'll just eat out every day. Like it's a no-brainer.
And
I don't even have to think
like,
about it.
Not cooking allows you to do other things.
Exactly. And I love to cook, but it's just like so much more of a burden to get all the supplies and the seasonings I need and this and that and spend the time cooking when I literally could just go eat a full meal for $5, you know, max. I could probably pay more if I went something fancy, but you know, it's like.
Okay, so as a Black person living abroad, have you noticed any differences in how you were perceived in South America versus here in Bali or Colombia specifically?
Yes and no. The only reason I would say yes is like because to me there was like just a lot more black people in Colombia. Obviously they're like Afro-Colombian, so it's not the same as like American, but I'd say to an extent both places really are just like you're American.
Yeah. Okay.
I think in America we look at it like very black and white, but like when you leave the country, people are more so like, what country are you from? Not like, oh, you're a black person or you're a white person. It's like, oh, you're American or oh, you're Australian or oh, you're Chinese. You know, like it's more so the country or like the nationality. So I think that like even though there could be some like slight shade sometimes, like maybe they might prioritize a white person regardless of what country they're from. Maybe, you know, when it comes to taking their order, if you're eating out, small little things, but they're not really anything that's like outwardly like unfair treatment to me. I think more so as soon as you say you're American, people are like, American. What are you doing here? Like, it's so far, you must have so much money, like, you know. So I get more of that, and I feel like I got that same type of energy in Colombia, where it's like, oh, America, okay, so you're set, and it didn't matter if I was, you know, black, white, otherwise, like, it's just the fact that I'm from America, so I would say that's probably more my experience than anything. But, you know, I've seen some things where I'm just like, I see what you did there. You know, maybe you sat them first or took their order first or, you know, little things, but not anything big enough to be like, oh, this is outwardly like racist treatment in the way that we experience it in America. No, in America, especially Miami, it's very obvious. Like, if you're not speaking Spanish some places, they won't even serve you. And it's like, bruh, this is America,
That's
not
crazy.
Latin America. Why can't I speak in English in this city? But, you know, to each his own.
Okay. One thing I noticed since I've been here is like, you know, everybody like walking around looking good. Everybody's in shape, everybody's fit, everybody's eating good, et cetera, et cetera. How has like that influenced you, and has that like encouraged you in a way, or does that motivate you or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just so damn hot here. You want to be able to like dress nice in the least amount of clothes possible because it is so hot. It's so humid. Like, and I kind of feel like it was similar in Miami where people were just very, like, it doesn't make sense to have to throw on a whole lot of clothes, you know, when it's such a hot climate. So I think that in itself just already gives me the motivation. Like, okay, I don't want to be like, I need to wear this big old t-shirt because I'm not in shape or something like that. But also, I just think the food is real. Like, going back to America, I literally gained 20 pounds. I mean, not 20, 10 pounds. I gained 10 pounds within 1 week of being in America. Well, at least 5. Like, it was noticeable to me. And I'm like, I'm not really eating anything outside of the normal stuff that I would eat. But there's just so many additives. You get so much more inflammation. So, like, being here, I feel like I don't have to try as hard to like stay in shape and to like be fit. Like, there's so many good opportunities to do it. Like, I literally see running clubs all over Canggu, morning, midday, evening. Like, there's a gym every 5 minutes that you walk or drive.
And it's a lot of walking too if you choose to do that.
If you want to walk, there's like, you can walk and walk and walk all around Canggu and other places too. Like, even in Ubud, like, you can walk around there. So I think like it just like it has the weather that makes you want to be outside, and then because you're outside, you want to be in shape. Like, you want to be fit. You want to be able to look good at the same time because you're going to meet so many people from all over the world. Like, it's truly a melting pot. So I think it's like a combination of motivations. But it would be hard to like not go to the gym here. I mean, for the people that don't, they're probably partying all the time.
Have to be.
Yeah, because it's like, why not? Like, the gym is right there, and it's like, you might even meet people at the gym, you know, like, you never know.
We met at the gym. We met at the gym.
Yeah, so I think it's one of those places that makes you just want to get out and do things. And the more you're out and doing things, the more you want to be in shape, the more you want to look good. And, you know, the food already makes you feel good as well. So there's just so many layers to it.
How do you think living in Bali has affected your relationships, whether that's like romantic, friendships, business, anything of that nature? Or even family as well too?
I'll say like maybe the hardest thing is family. Just being like 12 hours ahead is like, can be tough because sometimes, I mean, quite literally, I'm in a whole nother day, you know? And it's like, if I don't catch them at the right time, or they don't catch me at the right time, like we may go days without talking, and I try to like speak to my parents and, you know, some of my siblings, and it's just like, sometimes that can get a little tough to balance. Like literally last week, my mom called me and was like, I haven't talked to you in 4 days. And I was like, dang, has it really been 4 days? Like, I actually think the time goes faster out here. And sometimes I don't even look at the date so much. And I'll lose like all this time that I should have been like calling for something in particular. And I'm like, dang, I'm sorry, like, it's hard because my sleep cycle has to be like on a certain thing in order, like I almost have to be up in the middle of the night to ensure that I speak to them. Yeah. And if I'm not, and it's like, oh, I've had a long day, I'm just gonna go to sleep early, and then I'm waking up just before they're about to go to sleep, you know? And so sometimes that can become a thing. As far as business relationships, like, it's not tough on them, it's more tough on me because, again, I'll have to be up in the middle of the night, like taking meetings and like doing work. And sometimes that throws off my sleep schedule here where I end up sleeping throughout the day. And it's like, dang, it's such a sunny day. I don't get out until the nighttime, and then I'm up all night, and I can kind of get stuck in that cycle.
I think that's a underrated like topic that people don't speak about a lot.
Yeah.
Like, people speak about like working and like abroad and stuff like that, but if you like, a lot of times you still have to stay on that U.S. like schedule. Yeah. Even though you're 12 hours or like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, you might have to hop on the phone. You might have to handle some business.
Exactly. I think that's definitely the most challenging part. Is just the difference in time zone. Like, it's dope to be able to be like, oh, okay, it's 12 noon here, it's midnight there. But like when you actually start moving around during the day, you're like, dang, I can't call nobody. It's 3 o'clock in the morning there, you know, like, and then it's 3 o'clock in the morning here. People are trying to call me, and I'm like, dang, it's 3 in the morning here. Like, unless I'm up, you know, I'll just keep missing you, and we'll have to like, you know, figure out when we can arrange that. Or like most of the time I feel like I end up just sacrificing the sleep and being like, well, I got a business meeting to take anyway. Right. Let me spend, you know, 30 minutes on the phone catching my parents up with what's going on, and, you know, that type of thing. But yeah, it's definitely underrated because you want to be in this time zone, but then like you can't be fully. So, you know, there's a little imbalance there as far as like sleep and like keeping a disciplined schedule. But it's not too hard. I mean, for the life I live, I'll take that over being in America dealing with.
What advice would you give someone considering leaving the U.S. and moving to a place like Bali, South America, or Asia in general? Do's and don'ts, maybe.
I would say do your research. Like, so many people are like, where should I stay? And it's like, the standard for everyone is completely different. Like, what I deem to be okay may not be okay with you. What you deem to be okay may not be okay with me at all. So I think like I took a lot of time to really read through a lot of information. Like, whether that be social media giving me hints like, oh, these are the types of restaurants you can go to, whatever. I actually like really did like kind of a cost estimation based on stuff that people recommended, going and reading their reviews, going and looking at their menus, seeing what the prices are, translating the dollar amount, so I could just get an idea like I'm already here. I don't think enough people put themselves in a place of already being where they want to go. And I like to do that. Like, even when it came to finding my place, like it took me like 2.5 weeks of thorough, like every single day for hours on end, searching, reading reviews. Okay, I read all the reviews on booking.com or Airbnb. Now let me go and look at the Google reviews and see what people are saying about this place. And let me read through all the lowest ones first. And I can tell if people are BSing or not. Then like texting the WhatsApp numbers and telling the owner like, look, can I get a video? Can I video chat you to see the place? Because like, and you probably have experiences being in Asia, like there's a huge problem with humidity and like mold.
Yes.
So like you could see pictures of something and it looks nice, it looks decent. You can't smell the mildew through the picture, you know? And so like being very thorough about reviews, like I found that to be the most helpful thing since I've been here. Like you can literally read through the reviews and people would say, nice place, but for the, for the bargain, but it's moldy in here, or maybe people won't say it, and then you just find out when you get there. So like, I actually booked my place for, I want to say like 3 or 4 days on Airbnb, and I was like, I'm gonna see if I like it, if it's up to my standard, and then I'll negotiate a longer like monthly rate or whatever. And sometimes they do 6 months, yearly rates and stuff like that. Just be ready to pay up front. But I just think like doing thorough research about like what your standards are and like what areas are good. Like I researched about, I had people tell me about Canggu, but I didn't know anything about it. So I was like reading blogs. I was searching on TikTok. I'm like, what do people have to say about this area? Like, what's it about, is it accessible to a lot of things? Like I was up on maps looking at how many restaurants are in this area. Like, is this close to the place that I'm looking at? Are there gyms close by? Like just making sure that all of my lifestyle, like anything that I felt like I'm gonna be wondering once I get here, I didn't want to wait until I got here. I mean, obviously I could still explore, but yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing is just preparing, like really doing research. Like Google is at all of our fingertips. It's so easy to ask people, but it's a lot easier to just look yourself and just see how you feel about things. Like you might be like, oh, I don't care about a little bit of ants in the place or whatever, because Bali has ants, y'all.
Oh yeah, Bali does have ants.
I'm not okay with it personally. I knew that once I saw a mosquito net over the bed in the picture, it's not the place for me. Like there are certain things that like most people are okay with. You might read the reviews and they're like, oh, this place is awesome. I'm not trying to spray myself up before I go to sleep, so that's not okay for me. I don't want to live that closely to nature. It can still be outside, so, I'm going to vet everything in a way that works for me. And I think that's a lot better than asking people. Like, people could be a small resource, but like the bigger resource needs to be like you vetting things yourself. As if you're already in the place. I'm in Bali. Let me hop on Google. What's in my neighborhood to eat, Let me look at the menu and see, like, is this something I like? Let me look at the reviews and see, are people saying they're getting sick from it? Are the ratings high or the ratings low? Like, do people talk about the service? Like, I don't know. I think about those types of things because that's going to be my experience once I get to the place. So, yeah, I would say that's the biggest thing. Prepare. Use Google. ChatGPT is okay for suggestions, but use Google, Get in there.
Use both like a little teamwork.
Yeah, for sure.
Google,
then plug it in. Get the real details from the people. People are writing reviews in real time, so yeah.
Okay, so I know we talked a little bit about consumerism, but outside of that, have you noticed any other shift in like your mindset since moving abroad?
Yeah, it's made me slow down. Like, I think that I always saw that there was this like really fast pace about America, but I think because I was in it, I didn't really like look at it from like an outside perspective. But I've come up with this theory about the hamster wheel, which is really like this American mindset of working. And when you hit a goal, you're just not there yet. So you work. And you never really get off of that hamster wheel of like needing more, wanting more. You get to a point where you can afford a nice apartment. Now you're like, I want a luxury car. You get the luxury car. Now you're like, I want $1 million. You get $1 million. Now you're like, I want 10. Like it's like insatiable as far as like just the level of, work that you would be willing to do to get to a certain space. And there's really nothing wrong with that. But I think when you never take the time, like, and I mean never, to actually enjoy the fruits of those labor, like, taking a 1 week trip to Vegas or Miami every year is not going to cut it. Like, people around the world are taking minimum month-long holidays.
Yo, y'all should see the people that I meet here. Like, it's so crazy. Everybody meet here. Oh yeah, I'm here for 30 days. I'm here for 45 days. 60 days.
Like holiday is so underestimated. Like, to be able to actually really take a real vacation where you're actually like removing yourself from all of the hard work that you've been doing throughout the year, enjoying the fruits of your labor, and not coming back saying, oh, I just spent XYZ. Now I got to work even harder and catch up to where I went. Like, no, like, it's really made me just slow down and appreciate like the simplicity of just being and the simplicity of life without putting so much pressure on myself to just hustle, hustle, hustle and be on that hamster wheel. And I really am like going nowhere fast. Like I'm going faster, but I'm just still in this hamster wheel. I'm still tired. I'm not like getting anything back out of all of that I'm pouring out. And I think that's like such an American mindset.
Definitely.
Like I didn't even realize how deeply rooted our society was in that. Like
I think most people don't realize.
Yeah, because you just feel like it's normal. Like you gotta hustle, you gotta grind, but like you also have to live life. Like you're not getting that time back. That 5 years that you locked in and we're like, I'm gonna do this, that's great. But like imagine if you had just taken a month off each of those 5 years. You'd have, almost 6 months of time that you could have cleared your mental and really like grounded yourself and locked in and not like living in anxiety every day of like, oh, what's gonna happen next, and I need to do this and I need to do that, and like, oh, I met this goal but I can't celebrate because I need to meet this next goal. Like it's okay to just stop and smell the roses. Yeah, it's okay to just live. Like sometimes my family will ask me like, what are you doing, and I'm just like, I'm just chilling,
vibing.
And I feel okay with that. Like, and I don't think that the old me would have felt okay with that. I would have been like, I'm being lazy. I need to do something. But like, I don't know. It has a way of like just making me just sit down sometimes. And I'm like, I can still get the same amount of work done. I can still have the same output without like every single moment of my day is just pressure, pressure, pressure.
Okay, So I feel the same way, but like just being in Asia in general, but like, Bali has made me, I feel like it's easy to get too comfortable here. It's easy to chill a little bit too much.
True,
like very easy to just go to the beach and like relax and like go get some food, and like when you got things to do, like
Yeah, it is, but that's where discipline comes in,
For sure.
Like you just have to, you still have to go with that idea of setting goals, setting deadlines for yourself, and like, that's one thing that I work on balancing. Like I'm not perfect with it, but I just know that like the stress that I was feeling is not really helping me get where I'm trying to go any faster either. You can't really manifest properly from a place of stress and anxiety and worry and doubt and fear. Like
more all of that.
Exactly. And I think that's another reason why people get stuck on that hamster wheel, because you're like, oh, what if this doesn't work out and I'm working so hard, and then you just never really get that break, and then you feel guilty when you do take a break, and and then when you do take the break, you're sharing your break with other people that may not give you the space to have that peace of mind.
That's true.
And then we're just passing along all these like same fear, doubt energies, and nobody really gets a break. That's why people are going crazy out there, like they're not getting the proper mental rest. Like just the ease of mind to be like, what's 5 more minutes? What's 1 more hour of me just doing something that really fulfills me and puts me in a more calm state before I go and tackle this thing that I need to tackle. Like after all, we do have 24 hours in a day, and we can just be responsible about how we use them without like running ourselves into the ground.
And we're human beings, like we have to take that into account. We're not robots, so it's important to rest. It's important to, like you said, the mental and stuff.
And, if we weren't consuming so much in America, we wouldn't care so much about having more. Like Balinese people literally are so sweet. Like,
so sweet.
Like
they don't have 20 pairs of Jordans.
Yeah, like and they're perfectly happy. And I think that has humbled me in so many ways. Like even when I think I'm humble enough, I am more humbled because like they had just found ways to just be happy without money and material things being just at the forefront of that. Like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with having goals and having material wealth. I just think that like our overemphasis, our obsession with it consumes our ability to just experience life. Like literally, there's so many experiences that money cannot buy. And like if your whole thing is doing things that money can buy, like that's why you see a whole bunch of rich people just bored doing shit. Because it's like, okay, I have all the money, but like I'm not really experiencing the life behind it. And I think Bali has like taught me that in so many ways, to just chill out, to just experience life, to go with the flow and really be trusting in that everything happens as it should in the timing that it should. And
what do you think about the transient nature of Bali with people coming in and out constantly? Do you think it's hard to build like meaningful relationships with everybody just leaving, or
yes and no. I think it just depends on what kind of like things that you're doing. Like when I first got here, I wanted to go to the beach clubs and the parties and stuff like that. And I realized that a lot of the people that are there are just kind of in and out. So, but it hasn't been all bad, you know. Part of the good part of that is like I have friends that maybe I've kicked with for 2 weeks and we didn't have the time of our lives.
Yeah.
They go back to whatever their country is,
Yeah.
and now I have friends in another country that I haven't even been to, you know.
Okay.
So it acts as somewhat of a resource. But also on the flip side, I have built community of people that live here as well. So now that I have friends here, I kind of juggle both. But I would say I lean more towards the people that are here because I spent so much time, like in the beginning, spending time with people that were just kind of in and out of Bali. But you know, one thing about Bali, even if people live here, people always leave.
Yeah.
It's a come and go type of place. Like you get what you need and then you leave.
Yeah.
And so I think that I've just learned to embrace that I don't need to be attached. I could be connected but not attached,
Okay,
you know?
that's real. That's
and
real.
so there's so many people that I've met that don't live here anymore, and like we still keep in touch.
Gotcha.
And so it's just like, all right, if our paths cross again, that's dope. If you come back to Bali and I'm still here, that's dope. Like if I come to your country, I'm gonna definitely hit you up, you know? And I embrace it as just like an experience to really familiarize myself with people from different cultures all over the world.
Do you have any final words that you want to give to the people that might be watching this video?
Just try. You already know what you're comfortable with, so why not just try something different, you know? If you hate it, you can always go back to what you're comfortable with. But if you love it, then now you have a new experience. Either way, you have a new experience, you know? So that's what motivated me to just kind of like move around, is just to try and see. And it's like the best decision that I've ever made, because I've met some of the best people. I've had some of the best experiences. Like, man, last April, we're in July, but last April you couldn't have told me that I was moving to Bali. Like, I would not have believed it. I mean, that sounded outlandish to me. I wanted to, but like just actually the knowing of like, yes, in 1 year from now, you're gonna be saying like, oh, I've been living here for a year. Yeah, I wouldn't have believed it at all. So just being open to the fact that like things can change fast, and like new experiences are what help you grow as a person. Anything that's not growing is dead. So yeah, just try.
I appreciate you having me today. I appreciate y'all watching, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all drop the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this video, and I'll catch up with y'all next time.